How bugger me. It's been a long time since I played that song. And of course, it's been a long time since we've sat down and just done some cool interviews. And tonight, we kick off with just not too many. I don't really want to get too much involved with these interviews and stuff like that. But I want to catch up with a couple of guys because I believe they deserve to, well, you know, be seen, be heard, be whatever. They've been detrimental to our sport. They've been around a wee while, and we haven't really had much of a chance to catch up with a lot of these guys before they leave. So the idea of this one is we start off tonight with Quinn Ryan, then we'll catch up with Jordan Deere. There's a couple of others that we've got lined up as well. Plus we've got a very interesting interview coming up with Ricky Bolton, and a bit like Malcolm Nardai's interview where we head off to his house and we catch up with him and we see what he does and how he does it, and perhaps, you know, some of the decisions he made and the things he did and bits and pieces like that. So we're just, you know, something to do during the off season while we're waiting for our truck to come back, because it's a way of getting some stuff done. Here's my coffee arriving. Look at that. Look at that. You can see it on the wee green screen there. Thank you. Yep. Alrighty. So welcome to those people that are streaming us everywhere, to be fair. Streaming us on our Facebook page at the Pits Media, and of course on YouTube as well. Welcome to those people. Now, I will tell people that are on the YouTube that you won't be able to ask any questions. You actually have to physically pop into our Facebook page to be able to do that. So my apologies for that. But we're not going to muck around. We're going to bring the man in straight away. Hello, Quinn. How are you?
Hey, how you going, Jace?
Oh, I'm living the dream. I'm just hoping everything's going to work, because it's been a bloody long time since I pushed buttons and talked a whole heap of crap. So, you know, it's one of those scenarios of just, you know, fingers crossed, and hopefully everybody can hear it and you can hear me all good.
Yeah, I can hear you good, mate. Nah, it's all good.
You look a bit more relaxed. It's almost like you've given up Speedway racing, mate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit like that. Yeah, I was actually up in the crowd watching the last East Coast Superstock Champs meeting as well, and yeah, it was nice. It was a bit muddy, real muddy track, and it was quite good to just sit there not knowing I'm not washing my car the next day.
Are you a good watcher? Are you a really good watcher though?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've already your brain's resigned to the fact that that's it. So you got no real choice, have you?
No, not really. But I mean, yeah, I've cut many laps. Enjoyed every second of it. But yeah, I don't mind watching. I'm sure I'll be there definitely next year watching a few meetings. Yeah.
Hopefully live streaming a few, eh? Anyway, that's besides the point. So tell us, we may as well, you know, do the full Monty type scenario interview with you, and of course you're one of the mini stock generation as well. But really, where did it all start for you in Speedway, Quinn?
It started working in a pack house. That's where it all started, for Kevin Bailey. And his kids, Alice and Max, used to race Speedway, mini stocks. And one day he invited me down to the river to hop in one of their kids' cars, and he said, hop in and have a go. And the old man said, oh, yeah, okay, have a go. Jumped in and, yeah, loved it. And then off we went, really. I was working in pack houses every school holidays from then to help pay for my first mini stock. So yeah, she was into it. Okay,
so you got addicted pretty quickly. Where were you born? Where were you raised? Where'd you go to school?
In the Hawke's Bay. Yeah, born and bred Hawke's Bay. Yeah, all the schools, Havelock Primary, Havelock Intermediate, and then ended up at Hastings Boys High School. Yeah.
Was school for you? Was school for you? Was school for you, mate? No.
I was gone from school at the age of 15, so definitely not for me.
And straight out to do a bit of work, was it, to get money to get a mini stock?
Well, I was racing mini stocks prior to that. I guess I was racing mini stocks when I was 13, so I was actually a bit before then. But I was working after schools every day or every second day to help, you know, contribute. Or the old man always said, you know, if you want to go racing, boy, you need to prove to me that you want to do it. And yeah, I worked and yeah, got to contribute, which was great. Yeah, here we are now.
All these years later, eh? I just got to turn you up on the stream. Apparently a bit quiet, so we'll just turn you up a wee bit there.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, obviously, your first mini stock, what was it? Where'd you get it from? Yeah, tell us that story.
Ooh, it was off the Ditmars. It was number 46, actually. It was 46b. Yep, and it was nothing fancy. It cost us, I think it was $3,000 for that car back then. And yeah, we went racing for a couple of seasons, and as the confidence built, the old man thought, yeah, we'll might throw a bit of money at an engine, and bought an engine off Kevin Bailey at the time, who was sort of helping and supporting us as a family through the early stages of racing. So bought an engine off him and started showing it a little bit more, I guess, yeah, just getting a little bit better. I think I got my first win, and then yeah, it wasn't too long after that we got a Heartley little engine there and little Nissan, and yeah, we started winning more and more. So yeah, really had some good successful years in the mini stocks. Yeah, really enjoyed that time.
Your dad, you said that he obviously supported and pumped a lot of money. And what's he do? Was he a part of Speedway at all?
No, he wasn't. No, he was just a farmer. And Mum, they were doing farming back in the days, and then he had a contracting business eventually, contracting labour. But yeah, it was definitely tough earlier in the earlier stages of racing.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a lot of money, going around. It was quite cheap back then. It was more so, I think the parents threw a bit more money at it when we decided to go Superstock racing. But yeah, things have come a long way now.
How did you, you said you started winning some races and stuff, so your best result in the mini stocks, was it consistent? Did you win, is there anything like, did you do mini stocks in Paradise? How'd you go in those types of events?
Yeah, so I was racing with the likes of Jason Long, Jamie Larson, Christian Hermanson, you name it, quite a lot of those guys, and Graham Peter, and yeah, we did end up winning. I did end up winning mini stocks in Paradise the year after Jason Long. That was definitely a highlight in the mini stocks, and yeah, we won a lot of Hawke's Bay titles, and Gisborne. We raced a lot in Gisborne and did really well there, and yeah, I think we had a good successful last couple of years in the mini stocks.
So you were in it from the start, like from the early age right through to the end of it?
Yeah. I started, I think it was 13, so I wasn't quite in that first year, but yeah, it was 13 when I started, and once we put a good engine in it, and I think Dave Hatton, one of our family friends as well, with the Buckrills, we made a few modifications on the suspension, cut a few bars and bent some things, and yeah, just made it all work. I mean, I made my bonnet. I bent my bonnet up over a barbecue table. I still remember making it for my bonnet on my mini stock, and yeah, the old man used to just let me do whatever. Like I just literally just worked on it, and welded it and painted it, and just like all we did was check the oil and water and turn up with some fuel. That was it.
Let's be honest, though, that's the best way to learn it, though, is to know every nut and bolt, where it goes, what it does, every part of your car. Like you said, a lot of it, I mean, it's interesting to say about the Heartley engines, because you add one of those, it seems to add instant speed and horsepower, whether you can only do so much with a little engine, obviously, but they've obviously, because somebody said to me they've actually got different stages of Heartley engines as well, so you can, depending on your budget, it's depending on how much you pay, eh?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I'm sure they've come a long way now. I mean, yeah, they definitely have. As you know, there were so many different chassis and home built mini stocks back then, and just had a cheap home built car. And I remember the Larson mini stocks were the top car back then, and I remember looking at the Bailey's cars, trying to measure things and copy things and cut my exhaust, and I remember trying to take off brake calipers, and I was just trying to learn, and I had wheels falling off and all sorts, but I learned a lot along the way.
That's what it's about, though. I mean, it's half the reason I'm where I am is because I like to tinker, and if you don't do that, you don't understand or don't learn stuff, do you? So that over that period of time, obviously, you would have had to have got a reasonable job, or you would have trained in something, because obviously, to race a Superstock, it's not exactly a cheap scenario. So what did you do for work and for, to get where you are today?
So, I guess back when we first got into Superstock racing, I was just an engineering apprentice. So I started as an engineering apprentice, and obviously the parents helped me into my first Superstock, which was the ex-Dave Tarrant 47p car. So they definitely helped me fund into that, and they funded my racing for it would have been a good 3 to 4 years, and then within that time I sort of come out of my apprenticeship, and as soon as I come out of my time I went out contracting for myself, and as soon as I did that, that's when I was really starting to tip my own in, and sort of bought the parents out and did another couple of years, and then sort of from there it all just sort of happened on my own, and then obviously, as it went along, ended up over in Australia for a little while, and then that's sort of when, obviously, as you know, James Buckle, good family friend and good friend of mine, and he obviously offered his car, and that was a good 4 or 5 seasons racing with James and the Buckle family. So and then here we are now.
And then the son got old enough to push you out of the seat.
Young Jacob come through and see ya.
So
that was always going to be the case.
So the Superstock that you had, the buckroll machine, that's different. But did you get another car built, or did you build it yourself after you finished up with James and that?
Yeah, so once we finished up with James, we were sort of near the end of that. We were building a Rees together, and the plan was to have a Rees, and then obviously with Jacob coming through, he decided to have Jacob drive the tri-rail, and then I ended up pretty much taking over that project with the Reeses, and then bought it for myself and carried on doing that. So I always wanted a Rees, and after having the tri-rail, when I knew that was finishing, I thought, what's the next best chassis? And I thought, no, well, definitely the Reeses are where things are going, and we sort of pursued that, and I'm sort of glad we did, because we had a pretty good run in the car I've got now.
Especially last year. Your best year, obviously, because of the one that you're giving up, you see, so that's Murphy's Law. I was hoping, I think there was a few of us that were hoping, I hope he gets a small number, because then he won't be able to sell up, he'll have to defend it, but not quite your era for that, but it's obviously, did you have the Nissan engine in the Rees car?
Yeah, so we started with a VK 56, which we ended up buying off Chad. He had one sitting there. Obviously, building a new Superstock, there's money to be tipped into that. So just to get us going, we bought a 56 that he had sitting there. We raced that for a year, and then Chad Ace flew past me in Christchurch in his VK 45, and I said, I want one, so build me one. That's when I ended up getting one of those motors, and in all honesty, they're freaking unbelievable. You've seen Jaden Ward in his one, and there's a couple more coming out now. They're a bloody good engine, and our thing has not missed a beat all year. It's been incredible. So, take my head off to Chad. And while I'm on him, he's obviously, he's been massive part of my racing. He's always been there, drop of a hat, man. So, appreciate him very much.
Chad's obviously got quite a few engines that have popped up at major titles and doing the boogie, so to speak. It's good to see something a bit different. It's not a Heartley, and really good to see something that. And he's a good, like you said, he's a good rooster. No, nothing against the Heartleys or anything, but he's a good rooster as well. And good to see somebody that's actually building a good engine that's performing at the top end of the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's. I think they've been running. He built his 3 or 4 seasons ago, and you have teething issues, and then I sort of was the next one to get one, and you have your little teething issues, but he's really got on top of them now. And, he's building some really good engines now. He's got some real good drivers racing for him, and I think he's going to do really well.
So you raced your car reasonably successful. What's some of the highlights in that Superstock that you built yourself? What was some of the best ones?
I think definitely the Battle of the Stocks just this year. I think that's one I've been just dying to get ever since I got the opportunity to race there. So to tick that off with my crew man Aaron, it's been one that we've been chasing for a long time. To get that was very cool, and to do it with Alex Hill as well was quite special. Actually being paired up the year prior, which was pretty random. But that was definitely a highlight for us, and and there was plenty more, plenty of other highlights, but that was definitely one for us. Yeah.
The big trophy, it's taller than you, that one.
Yeah, it's actually standing up over there inside. It's the only one trophy my wife let me put inside.
Because it's so damn big. Hey, she's pretty proud of that one. I suppose that, once again, you guys were just bloody good at the Battle of the Stocks. It was a good meeting to watch for you, and it's a long time coming. It's like, you always seem to be, to me, as the guy that's just close, and then it just doesn't seem to pan out, or something happens, or, does that a feeling you sort of kind of got in your racing? Is that a frustration of yours?
Yeah, it is a frustration. I know exactly what you're saying. There's been so many times I've been very close to a few titles, and it's just getting that last bit across the line, either not having enough friends on the track, or just whatever it is.
You know what I reckon it was?
Or something.
From an outsider looking in, here we go. I'll challenge you. You know what I reckon it was?
Well,
You're too bloody nice.
throw it to me.
Too bloody nice. I mean, you're just one of those guys who's just a hard racer, but but you didn't want to ruin anybody else's race, eh? Like, tell me one time you stuck the bumper really into someone. Go
on. Probably Ethan Rees, actually. Probably the one time. He's held me up a couple of times, so got stuck in him a little bit. Tom Harris, back in my old car, when he took me out, stopped me winning the 240s. Got back into him a couple of meetings later in Heartley. There's been a couple of others, but look, I'm out there racing for myself, not trying to create too many enemies really, because my one was always to, I wanted to win a big title, and you can't win it with, having all these people after you. And it's just about building that respect, and I felt like I did have a lot of respect from a lot of drivers. It just didn't happen at the end of the day, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy with what I've achieved in my racing career, and that's where it is really.
You have a lot of fans though, Quinn. Like, you don't have to always win to have a lot of fans, and there was you have a huge amount of them, and you've only got to post something on Facebook and everybody gets stuck into it. So obviously a fan base has been a pretty cool thing for you to have, and you certainly haven't let them down. I mean, you've done a fantastic years of racing and stuff, and I was a closet Quinn Ryan fan. I always sort of gave you the time of day and stuff. I think you're just an outstanding driver that what could have been type scenario, but we shouldn't focus on that because there's way more positives, just the fact that you're a good talker, you're good for the sport, you're a good promoter, of your vehicles always looked fantastic. There wasn't one time that your car didn't show up where it looked like $1 million, so and that's obviously time. That's time you don't have anymore, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, going back to just the people, that do follow me, I mean, I've always had a lot of time for people that come up and are quite interested in the sport, or sort of a lot of young kids, so many kids that come up and sort of just want a photo, or they just want to sit in the car. And I think that's something I've always put a lot of time into, is the kids as well, bringing them in, because they're the ones that are going to keep the sport going in the future. And and the car, obviously, the time, yes, it is tough. It's definitely lost time, especially over the last year, with family and having a little girl now, and another one just about to pop out. It was only going to get harder, but I definitely have to thank my crew, Aaron. Definitely, he's put his heart and soul into my racing, and also the way the car has been presented, because he's always there in the shed helping me throughout the week and preparing it for the racing. So he's been a massive part of that.
The other thing that you probably missed out is the amount of travel that you did. I mean, you would show up at everything and everywhere, always give 100% back to the sport. No matter where we were, you were as well, pretty much. I mean, that's, so you were going to say, yep? Yeah,
I mean, I guess I'm either, with me, I guess when I'm doing a competitive sport like this and firing a heap of money into it, it's, you just give it 100%. There's no point. To me, the way I look at it, you're not going to win sitting at home, the car in the shed, or just at home doing club meetings. You've got to be chasing the big meetings, and that's always the way I've looked at it since I started racing mini stocks. It's the only way to learn is to get out there and get amongst it. So got to.
I think the what you're looking for there is, in order to be the best, you've got to race the best, don't you? Week in, week out.
Yeah.
All the meetings you've done, what's your favourite? Like, I mean, there's 240s, there's New Zealand Superstock titles, there's, whatever. What was your favourite meeting that you like to attend every year? What was the one that did it for you?
Individually, the Battle of the Stops was definitely a highlight. Just the vibe there is really cool. The drivers, I don't know, there's just something about it. Really cool event to go down to be invited to. The trip just with the crew, driving down, staying at the Lobster on the way down there, and getting on the pokies with Jaden Ward and whatever you want to say. But it's just a really good trip, and really enjoyed that one. And then 240s is very close behind, and then all those New Zealand titles. And then after that, I guess with teams racing back when I did that was. Palmy was great, and Auckland was also a really good one to attend.
Yeah, teams racing's another level though, isn't it? I mean, that's a lot of commitment and also a lot of risk. You know, you put your body, your car on the line, and yeah. Did you enjoy that type of racing though? Like, was it for you?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I mean, obviously when I did teams racing, it was in the tri roll, which is, you know, that's just back then I was just a bit more younger and dumber and keener. So yeah, I did enjoy it. Especially when you win, you know, and I learned a lot as a driver through my racing, and I felt I was never going to be the best individually if I didn't do that. And it just showed that it helped my individual racing immensely, participating in the teams events, and it does, you know, it just puts you that, gives you that extra 5%, 10% of confidence, and you know, you're out there doing it with the best. So.
Well, you learn a lot of skills, don't you? I mean, you're always looking around to find out where shots are going to come from, and you're probably always looking about 2 laps ahead, aren't you? You know where everybody else kind of is, and yeah, it teaches you that skill, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a crazy sport. It's yeah, it's a crazy sport, but yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely had some great memories in the teams racing with some great drivers.
Old Ames is just saying here that you're a solid top 10 contender week in and week out over the past 2 years for the Shane Penn Medalist Award. So obviously that consistency's definitely been there, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if there was a trophy or a New Zealand title for the most consistent, I'd be like to think I'll be close. But yeah, we definitely have. We do sort of pull together some pretty consistent results, especially the last couple of years. Yeah, we have finished up there. Looking at the results on the MyLaps app, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because it tells you everything, doesn't it? It tells you how many wins and seconds and thirds and all that sort of stuff, and how many laps you've done. You must have done a few laps over the years, though.
Oh yeah. Shitloads.
What's your favourite track? I mean, obviously you've raced on just about everything around the countryside. What's the ones that stand out to you? Possibly north and south. Give us one on the north, one on the south, and your overall one.
Best in the North Island would be Rotorua. Yeah, had some great results in Rotorua, and something about that track, that valley, the echo of the cars, and just the vibe there. It's just such a well-run speedway and such a cool place to watch. To spectate in Rotorua is just massive. You can see everything. So, and as a driver, just being down there is awesome. You know, that turn one, it's just fun and full of adrenaline every time you go in there. You just fire yourself in there every time and hope you pop out. It's just awesome. You know, that's one thing I'm going to miss is, yeah, that hard out going into turn one. Love it.
Trying to come out the other side.
South Island. Yeah. And then the South Island is, I'd definitely say Christchurch. And Christchurch is probably my favourite overall, to be honest.
Have you done every track? How many tracks haven't you done?
Yeah, I did do a few, quite a while. I did Greymouth and Christchurch, Nelson. I think I've done 3 or 4 in the South Island, and then pretty much everything in the North Island. Yeah, never got a chance to do that Rees tour, but would have been something cool to do, but just the timing wasn't right for us this year, unfortunately.
I just stood on your comeback. I'll talk about that soon. Let's have a bit of a talk about your business. Now, you've built up a good business as well. We've seen a couple of years ago you started doing, was it you that was doing the gyms? Is it the mobile gyms and all that sort of stuff? Tell us a bit about all that stuff.
Yeah, so I've been working myself as an engineer for I don't even know now, good, have to be 10 years. Yeah, you got 10 years now doing my own thing, and started off as a pipe welder, just a sheet metal fabricator, doing a lot of obviously contracting work. So I was working away from home did that for a couple of years, working in Pocono and Paitua, just doing big hours, 17 days on, 4 days off, and that's what sort of helped get me up and going. And then I got back to Hawke's Bay and kept wanting to race Speedway, and I built these little gym trailers. I was quite into my fitness at the time, still am, but not as much as the CrossFit now. But come up with a little gym trailer, which was quite successful for a little while. And I think we built, probably there's been 12 or 13 I've built over the years, and not really focused on them as much anymore because my business I'm in now is my priority, which is back into the pipe work side of things. And so now I'm in business with a guy called SJ. He's a good business partner of mine. We own Eastwood Engineering. So that's what I've been doing now for the last 5 years. So we're partnered up doing that together now, and yeah, we've been going pretty good.
So it's a successful business. I mean, a lot of people are talking about times are being pretty tough out there, but you guys going okay?
Yeah, we're going all right at the moment. It's definitely, it is tough out there for a lot of people. We sort of what we do is quite specialised, and I think we're sort of lucky that there's been still a solid amount of work and consistent work coming through the doors. And yeah, it's quite cool. We haven't had to lay off any staff or anything like that to keep going. So it's going all right at the moment.
I mean, every time you get an interview, there's always the same questions, and I've got to ask it because somebody will ask it. So you've obviously battled with a lot of people over the years. Respect, who would be your favourite person you've battled with? Has there been like somebody that's always sort of like you want to beat, on the track?
Yep, Jason Long.
Oh yeah,
Jason bloody Long. Yep, he's someone that's just he's got this urge that he will not let anyone else beat him, and I respect that about Jace. He's someone I've always looked up to, and he's a real good mate of mine, like real good mate. So to race, I have beat him a couple of times, but he's probably beat me more than I've beat him. And yeah, he was a pretty phenomenal driver, and yeah, a lot of respect for Jason.
Yeah, he's a very competitive man, isn't he? It doesn't matter whether he's on the football field. Unfortunately, that's all obviously gone for him and stuff. I mean, it's a bit of a sad scenario, this, because like this is it. This is Quinn Ryan signs off and he's off into the sunset, and and I suppose, when did you make that decision? Clearly, having a family, you need to be home for the family. You can't afford to get hurt. Let's be honest. You need to be, looking after yourself. When did you finally make the decision that enough was enough?
I mean, I've been racing Speedway for 18 years. It's been all about me for the last 18 years. My family's been there watching me for the last 18 years. I've got a wife with a daughter now, and another little girl on the way. So my priorities have shifted. I've grown up a bit more, and it's time to give back to my family and sort of just get stuck into that. And the enjoyment I get out of spending time with my family and seeing my little girl do ballet and all that cool stuff I get a good kick out of that, so I want to be doing all that sort of cool stuff. And yeah, that's just where my life's at. So,
how old's your daughter now?
She's nearly 3.
No way.
Yeah, she's 2. Yeah, nearly 3. She keeps telling me it's her birthday every day. But so she's good fun.
Know what from the sport, you went through the mini stock stuff and all that. Do you ever see that you would bring your daughters maybe into that mini stock? Because I mean, it's a great skill to be able to learn to control a car. I mean, you must feel safer driving on the road when you're a young fella. Is that something that you want to introduce your daughters to, or is that Speedway's just done and dusted for you?
I mean, at this stage, it's not something I'm probably going to push them towards, but look, getting kids into mini stocks is so good for them on the road. I mean, it's definitely something that helps any young kid on the road, especially nowadays with your reaction times and all this. To give you that confidence. I remember what confidence it gave for me when I was even sitting my license. It was so easy, and it definitely helps with the road. So, I mean, it's not a no. It's just at this stage, no. But you never know. I think I'd rather see you doing some girly stuff. Keep her away from those young.
What happens if you take them for a night of Speedway? Maybe it's a fireworks meeting or something like that, and all of a sudden they get addicted to it. What are you going to do, eh?
I know. And there's that high chance that could happen. And I mean, obviously with Elodie, she's she was only young on my this season that I've been doing, and she definitely did enjoy going and watching, and it was quite cool to see her sort of have a good time. And
the wife not so much.
But hey, what's that?
The wife not so much.
No, she enjoyed it.
I heard she wasn't a huge fan of Speedway. That's what we heard. Is that a wee rumour, or is it? Are we starting a fight here in the family home? What's the story?
No. It's just a lot harder now. When we first met, obviously I was full on into my racing with the Buckle team when I met Claudia. So she came in when I was in full swing, and it's time for me to give back a little bit like that. And she loved it. She was there, a part of it, and supported me the whole way. And so it's been 5 years. So I don't know. It's just a lot harder now, I guess, with kids and just the time. It's just finding the time, man. Honestly, it's with work too. A lot of time put in the business and then your kids, and just the time gets tough.
You've made your life in these last few years very public, though. I mean, you went on a television show, and certainly people, if they didn't know who you were before that, they certainly knew who you were after it. That experience, I mean, it's obviously something pretty cool to do, but is it something you regret? Is it something that you enjoyed? Tell us a bit about the superstar that is Quinn Ryan.
Oh, God.
Coming to a TV near you.
Definitely don't regret it at all. I actually, I really, really enjoyed it, to be honest. I learned a lot about myself, doing putting yourself out there. I do have a lot of people ask, always got a lot of shit for it, but doing it and putting yourself out there, you learn a lot about yourself, and really enjoyed it. Met some good guys, and got a free trip to Argentina, and it was great. It was great. It's a good old time.
Nothing wrong with that, is there? And then Claudia come on the scene. How did you meet her? How did that all come about?
She sort of just slipped into the DMs at some stage.
I was waiting for this. You swiped right or something, but that's way better than the swipe right, really, isn't it?
So we met. And then she was from Auckland, obviously, and we're obviously married with a couple of kids, and it's a great story. What are you talking about? Sitting over there on her Swiss ball.
She's probably sitting there waiting to whack you around the ears with something, just in case you say something that she doesn't like, eh?
No, it's all good. But it's she's been awesome to really got on really well, me and Claudia, and it's great.
Yeah, happy marriage then.
Yeah, married now. Nearly year and a bit. Of course, I'm happy.
When's your wedding date? Go on.
March the 14th, 22nd, 20th.
I knew that was coming. Now I'm putting you in the shit. That's why I asked that question.
My memory's not good, man. Let's not go there.
What date's your birthday, Quinn?
13th of August.
Is that?
17th of August. That's Elodie's.
Hey, Claudia, go and grab him a shovel. He's digging himself a really big hole here. Oh, that's gold, mate. You were so confident on a birthday too, eh? I bet you from this.
I got my daughters right.
Do you know your kids' birthdays? Right. Well, your wee one's birthday. Oh, I struggle with my kids, mate. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is they're both in August. And this one, the one coming now, might be in August too. So if I ever get asked that question, I remember August.
Yeah, just say August. Yeah. You got it now? Programmed.
Yeah.
All right. I can't remember my own birthday, so you're doing better than I can anyway. All righty. So I suppose the question that a lot of people are asking is, will you ever come back? Like, is there any... I mean, most retired Superstock drivers go to Super Saloons. Is there any chance that we'll see Quinn Ryan back?
I definitely never say never. I mean, for now, I haven't got any plans or anything like that to come back to Speedway.
Well, you've only just left, so that's okay.
That's right. So enjoy the kids and enjoy that while they're young and the family. But yeah, definitely, maybe one day might come back, but we'll just have to see how that goes. I might pop out and have the odd skid in a Superstock every now and then if that becomes available. But
I'm sure somebody
we'll
would.
See what happens.
I'm sure somebody will do that for you. Yeah, of course they will. They will. And you won't be able to help yourself. I can see it a mile away. And then you'll get the bug again, and then you'll be divorced. We won't talk about that. We're going to open up. We've got quite a lot of people watching, obviously, here tonight, and we've got a few questions that have popped up, and there's a lot of people that have actually said, good guy, cheers for everything, blah, blah, blah. One that's come up a couple of times is your best memory in the sport. What is the thing that stands out for you the most? And it doesn't necessarily have to be on the track, but is there anything that stands out for you?
I think one favourite memory on the track was definitely being a part of the Hawkeyes winning the Auckland Teams Nationals. That was for me probably one of my best highlights, I think, as a driver. And I think on top of that, just having just the people as well. You meet some real good buggers, and there's some real helpful people out there in the Speedway family. So I will miss sort of, I guess, that part of it with all the good buggers out there and everyone helping each other. I will miss that side of it. So that's definitely where I'm at with that.
Is there any way that we would see you at a track helping people out? Like, I mean, if there's somebody that wanted you to mentor them, or like, is there that opportunity to do that type of stuff to give maybe back a little bit to the sport that you've gotten so much out of?
Yeah, I think if some, I'm a Hawke's Bay man, and with the Hawke's Bay Speedway Club. So I guess if that opportunity came up and they needed a hand, I'd definitely be there to help out. It's definitely something I wouldn't say no to, So I'm open to that. Definitely giving back to the sport in some ways, definitely, I think is a good thing to do. I think the young would be quite cool to do something with the young kids coming through the mini stocks. So maybe something down that road would be quite cool.
Seeing that you're a superstar television guy, what about doing a couple of interviews every once in a while? Maybe jumping on a microphone with a camera, joining Bianca or something,
Oh God, yeah. I'll say something stupid.
There's actually a couple of. Actually, I think Jordan Deere was interested in doing that. Imagine you two on. I don't think we'd get a word in.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, he's a good bugger, old Jordan. I'm sure he'll be into that.
You've obviously had a lot of people that have helped you throughout the years, though, and good sponsors. And I suppose we've really got to give you that opportunity to, to acknowledge those people that have maybe helped you out from years gone by and currently, and and through to the end of your career. Who's some people you want to acknowledge?
For me, it definitely have to start with the Buckle family and James Buckle. Obviously, with racing their car for a good 5 years. That was such a cool opportunity, and definitely them for helping out with that, and obviously BJ's Bakery for mainly sponsoring that as well, and then obviously moving on with my racing, my business, Eastworld Engineering. Myself and SJ have supported my racing for the last 3 years, so big thanks to them. Chad Ace, as I've mentioned before, he's been incredible, big help on the engines. Another one I really want to thank is Aaron from Aztec Motorsports. So he's the guy behind the scenes working on all the shocks. So he does a few guys' cars, but I highly recommend this guy. He's in Hawke's Bay, does a lot of race shocks for all sorts of motorbikes, superstocks, TQs, all classes. And he's into development. So really, he spent a lot of time with us last year. And this year been, and we made some real big gains with Aaron, so massive thanks to him. Aztec Motorsports, Sign It Up, they helped us with a lot of the sign writing on the car. Revolution Electrical helped us out with a lot of the electrical side of things. LC Earthworks sponsor, Steve Jude Motors, and Megan Ty Hastings as well. And who else we got? Rep jumped on board there for a while, which was quite cool to represent them, and Irongate Coffee. So that's sort of where we are. Oh, and Trade Zone as well. Trade Zone Napier was also a big part of sponsoring me for the last 5 years, so big thanks to them too.
I heard a wee rumour that somebody said you're a tight ass. What's that about?
I guess,
This is your time. Come on, Quinn, don't stuff this up. This is where you rip the piss out of Malcolm Nardai. Hurry up. Get with it.
Yeah, Malcolm. Look, he got a good deal on the car. I was just saying, a little cheeky bastard called me a tight ass. He got a good deal on that car, so he's the tight ass trying to screw me. But he's he's a real good bastard, old Malcolm. Got a lot of time for him, so quite excited to see him pedal the car, or his son, whoever he decides to. And I'm also looking forward to getting down there and giving him a hand with it too. So I'm hoping to get down there for his first skid. Might take my race gear too, actually.
He's the type of guy that would just do that too. So he'd say, "Yeah, I want to go up to the corporate box and have a beer. I'll watch you tonight, eh?"
Yeah. yeah. So quite excited for him to get in that car and see what that Nissan's all about.
What if the car hadn't sold? Would you have raced it until it did sell?
Yeah, funny you asked that. I was still going to, obviously, as when it was on the market, I kept saying to my wife, I will be racing next year if this does not sell. And that was definitely on the cards because, there's no way I'd have a car like that sitting in the shed not doing anything. Might have pulled back on some meetings, but I don't think so. I think it would have been all go.
Yep. Yeah, bugger. And of course, you got the truck and stuff. Is that all sold yet? That's obviously up for sale? I see you've tried to sell it again the other day, so I assume it hasn't been sold. A good old girl, isn't it? So somebody will definitely get
it. I haven't sold it yet. No, I haven't sold it yet. No, it's been a good truck for me, and I'm sure someone will want it at some stage. But I'll just keep it up for sale until the right person comes up, and I'm sure that person will arise at some stage. Otherwise, it'll continue to be a business truck.
So with all the money you've got out of the car and the truck and stuff, what's Claudia going to spend it on?
It's gone, mate. It's gone. Money's gone.
I was trying to help you out there, mate. Sorry.
Nah. We just bought another house. In Taupo. So that's the plan, mate. Just to spend a bit of time with the family and hang out. And maybe when you're at the 240s this year, I might be in Taupo. Just on a boat on the lake, something like that.
Sometimes, Quinn, sometimes I wish I could walk away at times as well, but and you get to that point where, I got no choice. I've got to go back, so, which is a bit of a shame, but that's why I'm here. I said, I'm not doing anything to do with Speedway this off season. I'm not doing nothing. Here we are, Quinn, talking about Speedway. So, I failed at that. Somebody did ask a question here. If you did decide to come back, and I suppose this is hypothetical really at the end of the day, would you still come back to Superstocks, or would you look at trying to crank into another class?
I think I have spoken to this about it with a few mates and that. If I did come back, it wouldn't be a Superstock, I don't think. I think I quite like the midget class, something along the open wheels side of things. Probably not a TQ, but if I did come back full swing, I'd love to look at the midget series, something around the midgets. I think I sort of do watch them quite a bit, and I think they're pretty cool machines, eh?
Absolutely.
They look like a lot of fun. Yeah, so probably something down that road, I think.
You do know that Jason Long now races Super Saloons, don't you?
Does he?
Get one of those and try and beat him in that one. Hey, yeah.
Yeah. No. I do. The Super Saloons are obviously they're a cool machine and cool race car. Just haven't got the urge to at this stage. That might change, but at this stage, that's not really something. I don't think I'll go to that class, but you never know.
I think at the end of the day, you've only just retired, so it's just let's enjoy some retirement before you even think about stuff like that. But it was a question that was asked, and I suppose it is a pretty hypothetical one. You won't know what you're going to do. You might not ever come back. You don't know that, do you? So
right, right. Could be back in October.
It's pretty obvious to see why. It's pretty obvious to see why you had to make the decision. Like you said, there's family. You got young family. And business, you got to really focus on the business and stuff. So I think everybody respects the fact that that's what you've had to do. We will certainly miss you out of the sport. You've been an entertainer. You've been an absolute good bugger for us, and our sport will miss you. No two ways about that. And I know you say you're going to be around, but it's not the same when we don't get to catch up with you on a regular basis and get to see you on live streams and TV and all that sort of stuff. Thank you very much for being a part of everything to do with Speedway. Thanks very much for representing the sport in a professional manner. I mean, you can get in and you can do the sport and not be a jerk, and you certainly weren't that. So there's a few that are, but you weren't. So so on behalf of everybody watching tonight and everybody that will watch, really appreciate you being a part of the sport, and as I said, you will be sadly missed. So it's a bugger.
Thank you very much for getting us on here and taking the time to do that too. I really appreciate that. I think it's quite cool what you're doing with myself and Jordan and some of the other drivers that are retiring. And I am going to be around, and Speedway's there's always going to be a place in my heart for Speedway, and I'll always be around. I've had some cool memories, and massive part of my life has been involved with Speedway. So I will still be floating around and watching at the big meetings. But thank you very much, Jace. I really appreciate you. Yeah,
it's almost like a death in the family. You, Randy T, Jordan Deere. I think Kerry Renman's to think about hanging his boots up in the not too far future. I mean, it's just crazy. And but hey, you can't do it forever, can you? It's time to get out there and do some fishing.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, everyone's sort of, when you make that call, everyone's like, oh no, shit, the world's ending. It's like, well, no, it's just you sort of move on, and it's just life. Like your priorities change, and I can't afford to get hurt now. I've got kids. I want to, it's not fair. So you just, I don't know, things just change, and it's just the way it is. While I'm still young, I want to hop out. I've still got a lot of young things I want to do.
Well, your wife only wants to wipe 2 dribble faces, mate, not 3. So it's probably a good idea to get out and look after yourself and protect yourself, isn't it? Because that's. Hey, what? Kerry Renman's going, what? What do you mean I'm giving up? So, he won't give up. He'll be still, I think he'll be until his 100th bloody teams racing before he gives up. But, hey, mate, thank you very much. It's been great chatting to you. And no doubt, like you said, we'll see you. We'll catch you up some stage of it. And, enjoy your retirement and enjoy time with the family. And congratulations on the wee one pending. And, good luck. That's all I got to say. Good luck.
Thank you very much. And good luck to you as well, mate, with Pits TV. Obviously, what you've been doing is, just seeing the way you've been going every year is real cool, and what you're doing for the sport is massive. So keep that good work up too.
Just keep buying them, mate. So just keep buying them. I don't mind taking your money. Neither do the tracks. All right, mate. We'll leave you through it, and take it easy, man. And we'll see you around the traps, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much.
See you, mate.
Have a good one.
Bye for now. There we go, folks. That was Quinn Ryan. What a great character. And like I said, he'll be bloody missed. No two ways about that. But I mean, that's the first of a few. And stay tuned. We'll let you know when the other ones are coming up. Jordan's obviously overseas at the moment, so we'll catch up with him soon. And we'll catch up with Randy T as well. So there's a few coming up, not necessarily, like it's just going to be whenever. It's no real structure around this. So just, watch out for the Ricky Bolton interview coming up next week. That will be interesting, I assure you. Jason Scott is going to be on with us as well. We're going to go for a walk through his toy sheds. Got a bit happening during the off season to keep you entertained. But for now, enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks very much for joining me, and we will see you back.